2019 Cullinan breaks a considerable measure of new ground for Rolls-Royce. It is the main Rolls to have all-wheel drive, the first with a hatchback, and, in a more humble advance forward, the first to utilize touchscreens for its infotainment framework. However, every one of that blurs into irrelevance by the most clear contrast amongst this and each other vehicle Rolls has made up to its 112-year history. This is the organization's first SUV. The creation variant is keeping its advancement code name, Cullinan being the biggest jewel-quality unpleasant precious stone at any point found. With V12 control and a value that we're told will obscure all its undeniable opponents, that model name appears to be fitting. In what we can just accept is a knowing reference to get shorty. Organization CEO Müller-Ötvös says it is the Rolls-Royce of SUVs. The planned dialect of ultra-luxury cars does not make an interpretation of effortlessly to the taller measurements of SUVs, yet Rolls-Royce's styling group, under the administration of Giles Taylor, has figured out how to make the Cullinan look nobler and more tasteful than the transcendent chin castle that is the Bentley Bentayga. The nearness of the brand's trademark Parthenon grille is nothing unexpected, despite the fact that the spirit of ecstasy hood decoration now sits at chest tallness for generally spectators. The choice to give the Cullinan a similar suicide-style mentor in G-Ways as Rolls cars is a bolder one. The indirect access completes in front of the back wheel curve, with the absence of a trunk modifying the extent of its profile and influencing the back opening to show up marginally short. Despite the fact that it is a hatchback, the upper piece of the Cullinan's part back and has a ventured plan that incites at the missing third box. Rolls-Royce says that 96% of its autos are purchased without any rate some bespoke alternatives. What's more, alongside the capacity to pick impossible trim hues and materials, Cullinan purchasers will likewise have the capacity to profoundly adjust the auto's inside format contingent upon how they intend to utilize it. The greater part of purchasers are required to go for the traditional secondary lounge, offering 3 side-by-side seating and transforming the Cullinan into something of a tycoon's 5-man family transport. We presume any lighter shaded or milder trim will battle against the kind of chaos even the wealthiest youngsters are probably going to produce. The power collapsing seat falls to enhance the officially liberal freight space for those treks to whatever the ultra-high total assets likeness IKEA is. Rolls will likewise offer an assortment of way-of-life upgrading tapes that clasp to the payload floor. The first of these is known as the viewing suite, 2 back confronting fold-out seats and a fly-up table intended for spectating at outside occasions, and for rubbing kindred observers' noses in the way that you claim a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. More coffee-nosed purchasers will probably spec the 2-situate second line that accompanies a settled bulkhead and a glass screen that extends out of it to completely isolate things in travel compartments. In this manner indicated, the Cullinan completes a decent impression of a more customary extravagant vehicle. This, alongside raised blinds on tinted glass, is certain to be the decision of those wanting to be chauffeured. All variants include rich materials and configuration prompts from somewhere else in the range. Purchasers who stop their Cullinan alongside their different Rolls-Royces will perceive the mechanical turning atmosphere controls and the discretionary power collapsing plate tables in the backs of the front seats. While CEO Müller-Ötvös affirms that Rolls outlined the Cullinan in view of charge, no doubt modular crossbreed, the SUV dispatches with the reassuringly conventional V12 power plant. The twin-turbocharged 6.7-liter is a similar unit found in the fandom, coordinating that auto's 563 horsepower crest, however delivering marginally less torque, 627 pound-feet versus 664. A 0 to 60 mile/hour time in the low 5s appears to be likely. Rolls-Royce cited us a best speed of 155 miles per hour. The work is coordinated through the omnipresent ZF8 speed program. The all-wheel drive framework is, normally, raised one-sided, with the Cullinan consistently diverting up to 90% of its torque to the back hub. Moves figures at any rate a few proprietors will utilize it for strenuous going romping, and the low catch on the segment-mounted apparatus selector wand holds the transmission in second rigging to help in precarious conditions, particularly sand. Bridge bashing is on a very basic level vital story in the Middle East, Müller-Ötvös clarifies. You can offer an auto that should be stopped so individuals can swap into their Land Cruiser to get to their end of the week withdrawal. The Cullinan sits on a similar architecture of luxury stage that supports the new fandom. At 210.6 inches in length, it's 2 inches short, so generally than a short wheelbase Ghoster and more than 8 inches longer than the Bentayga. Standing 72.2 inches tall in its cashmere socks, it has 6.8 creeps on the officially elevated Phantom and 3.6 crawls on the Bentayga. Standard air springs enabled the Cullinan to fluctuate its ride tallness, which rises 1.5 creeps in off-road mode and drops by a similar sum when stopped. The organization guarantees the suspension, educated by a stereoscopic camera, alters for knocks to convey that trademark Rolls-Royce enchantment cover ride.
Raised wheel guiding will enhance low-speed mobility and fast steadiness. Rolls-Royce claims a check weight of almost 6,150 pounds, around 500 pounds in excess of the standard wheelbase Phantom. We're advised to anticipate that the Cullinan's cost will be near that of the Ghost. That recommends a beginning sticker in the mid-$300, OOS, with the opportunity to add to that significantly through choices and customization. The request book is open, and the primary conveyances will start ahead of schedule 1 year from now.